in the bin.
He's not gonna throw it.
He doesn't know what.
It to cook him.
He doesn't even know what a triangle and square is.
He does.
Oh, come on.
Bruv, you give him a gift. He doesn't know. Look,
No, Ali, you didn't get the
he doesn't
point.
know what a triangle is. He doesn't know what a square is.
Ali,
When
why
you
would
bring them together, he goes, it's a triangle square.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Of course you can.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sister.
Why would you give him a gift
Yes.
that contains multiple shapes that prove his point? It doesn't make any sense.
It proves his point.
You should have bought one that's just a small. You should have bought a small square that you can't put the triangle inside. You gave him the whole thing.
No,
You don't understand.
because my argument is he's using the big square. No, he
Yeah.
can have it, but I know what he's going to do with
Which is
it.
his
Why
point.
did you give him?
No, it's
Give it to him then.
no, it's
Not
not.
wouldn't have thrown it away.
No, you can take it. Give it to him.
wouldn't have thrown
No,
it.
What was it?
no,
What
take
did you
it.
say?
Okay,
What
would
was
you
it?
give it to me?
Yes, if you
Can I have
know.
it?
My only
No,
thing
let's
is
have it.
I'll use it to cook.
none.
I'll use it for the analogy.
You
I'll
can
show
use
you.
it to cook.
Yeah. No, as in, I'll use it to like.
I was you're gonna eat. Let me concern there for a second. No, if he's gonna take it, you can take it.
I don't know. Can I have it?
You,
Can I have it?
You can. I was gonna. Okay, no, you can. I don't mind. 1 second. Let me see. 1 second. Let me just say no. I'm just saying if there's anything else that I have in there, mind. Yeah. Let me see. I don't think there's anything else. But yeah, you can have it. I was gonna give it to my daughter. My daughter knows what a triangle and square is. But I'm sure you can do a better job with it.
Yeah,
but anyways,
I know.
yes. So you can keep it as a
Wait, isn't this
souvenir. It's a souvenir.
Would you say that's a good display of
Oh,
Islam?
sorry.
right there?
Yeah.
Microphone as well. You're about to give me the microphone as well. I need
Now,
one.
let me take the mic. It's not even mine. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So that's the thing. You can't have a triangle square, and he knows that. And the analogy he gave, that's why I was quiet, because he's saying you have a square and a triangle inside. I'm saying, can you have a triangle square simultaneously?
No,
You can't.
but that's the thing.
That's
You're
my
not.
point.
The problem that
That's
you're
my
having
point.
is the problem you're having is you're
Yeah.
not arguing from his paradigm. If you want to defeat,
Of course, there's paradigm. I'm talking about rational.
Yeah, but that's
rationality.
it doesn't have anything to do with that, because when it comes under the Trinity,
Yes.
you have to be able to argue against the
So
Trinitarian
logic goes out of your mind.
It doesn't have to do with logic.
Okay.
Because if you look at each definition
Okay,
itself,
yes.
what's the definition of a person under the Trinity?
But exactly. Okay, if I come and say to you, I'm a rhino. I'm a rhino. You're talking to a rhino
That's
right now.
not an argument.
No,
That's not an argument. It's
No
still, you're
logic.
not stretching.
I'm a rhino. I'm one
That doesn't-
person.
Do you get what I mean?
I'm also a giraffe.
Okay, but what does hypostasis mean?
No, but the point is this: you're telling
What
me,
does it mean?
you're telling me, sister, that the logic and rationale, throw it out the window.
No,
I'm saying,
what, you know. Wait,
Okay,
hold on.
let me explain to you. Let me explain to
Before
you.
now, wait, hold on.
Sister, I
You
think
know
you're more.
before
I think
now-
you're more smart than him.
Ali, let me say this.
Yes, sister,
you
go
know,
on.
before this time, right, there
Yes.
would have been people who would have argued this thing,
Yes.
and for them, this will be logic. The only reason why
That's
we
logic.
don't.
To say that is, you can have a triangle square is
again,
logic.
No,
Sister, come on.
A triangle square. He
Yeah.
was basically saying when you put
Can
the
you
two together.
cancel the cab? Because I'm saying I want to talk to your sister.
He's saying
Cancel
when
that.
you put the two together, they don't contradict because they're now together. Your point was, it's a contradiction if you try to put the triangle into the square. He didn't say that.
Exactly.
He said if you put them together, it's not a contradiction because you actually put in
My
them
dear
together.
sister, it's heavy. Let me hold this for you first, yeah? Because you don't need to. No, it's okay. Now, my dear sister, you are more smart than him.
I'm not more smart than him.
Let me
He's
tell you how.
smarter than me.
What's your name? What's your name?
Not more
Natalie,
smart.
Tiger. Tiger.
Tiger.
Oh, you're Tiger. Oh, okay, yeah.
Can we let her speak?
I heard the name.
Let Natalie speak.
Tiger.
Let Tiger speak. Okay. Now,
I said
no
the
problem.
first thing, that's why.
let her speak. Okay, she's a woman. I know you say she can't speak in the church. Let her speak in
No,
the church.
well, we're not in the church.
Exactly.
We're not inside of a
That's my point.
church.
They don't let me talk. That's my point. You're not even church. They don't let me talk. Yes. Now, Sister Tiger, hear me out, yeah?
Yeah.
This is the argument I used. I said there are 3 types of existence.
Okay.
The first one is an impossible existence. The second one is a possible existence. The third one is a necessary existence.
Okay.
So I break this down for you so you understand. So I say an impossible existence is to have 2 opposite things. For example, can we have a triangle square as a shape?
I mean, as a shape by itself.
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
Good. So my argument is the following. That is an impossible existence.
Okay.
Meaning, you cannot have a triangle square. It is an impossible existence.
Okay, but what does this have to do with the Trinity, though?
I'll come to
when
that.
it speaks about the person of Jesus,
come to
how do
that.
you put this into the person of
I'll
Jesus?
come to that. So when he says no, I'm like, okay, good, because that makes sense, because that shows that you cannot have 2 opposites.
Okay.
Infinite, finite.
Okay.
Black, white, triangle, square.
Okay.
The opposites. Good. Then I said we've done 3 existence. Now we've got rid of 1. We've got 2 left. Possible existence. Now me and you are possible existence. Meaning what? We could have exist or not exist. I could be born with 1 arm, no arm. I could be any other way. So we are dependent. So we in the universe, there are things that depend on something else for their existence. You, me, our Earth, the Sun, the orbit, the gravitational force. They rely on other things for its own dependency. Good. So we call those dependent beings.
Okay.
Okay. So dependent, and also my definition of dependency is that it's composed of pieces, and it can be any other way. Okay. Now my argument is the following: is the universe dependent or independent?
The universe is dependent.
Good. So me and you, because we believe in God, we will say the universe is dependent.
Okay.
So this argument I usually use with atheists, not with you guys, because you guys
Okay.
believe in God. But I'm trying to make a point here. Now the question I have is the following, sister. If the universe is dependent, it depends on what?
God.
That is independent.
Okay.
Would you agree he's independent?
Yeah.
Good. Do you agree he's all-powerful?
Yeah.
Do you agree he's all-knowing?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. So now what we're saying is the following. That being that is independent, that is necessary, that is not composed of pieces and cannot be any other way, he's the one that has created everything.
Okay.
Now, we're saying you can't have a independent dependent being, correct?
You can, because Allah is dependent.
Okay. What does it depend on?
Allah depends on His creation.
Okay, so can you tell me where it says he depends on his creation?
I mean, how would He create a son or a daughter? According to your Quran.
So, no, I'm just saying, you said that he depends on the creation.
Yeah.
So where does it say that?
It's dependent on His creation, because Allah says, how can I have a child if I don't have a mate? Meaning that He's dependent on a mate to have a child.
That's an argument for those people who believe that.
It doesn't matter. He didn't say that, oh, this is, I'm just speaking out of thin air. He gave them an argument, which is not something that they asked. They basically said Allah has a son. Allah's response to that was, how can I have a mate? How can I have a child if I don't have a mate? Nobody asked Allah whether He needs a mate to be able to create a child.
Okay.
Allah gave that response, which means for Him, He's responding and saying, why would I have a child when there's no mate for me to proceed a child with?
That's my point. So Allah's showing...
Allah dependent.
No, He's showing His independency.
No, He's dependent.
Let me tell you how. Sister, I'm telling you, does Allah depend on what for His existence? I'm talking about His existence.
Not for His existence. He's not dependent. Actually, He's dependent on His attributes as well.
How?
Because His attributes are not Allah, right?
Okay, so... Okay,
Allah's attributes are not Him. Allah's attributes are uncreated.
Are you merciful?
Huh?
Are you merciful?
Am I merciful? Well, my mercy would be dependent on something else.
Are you merciful?
Am I merciful? Dependent on something else. It depends on the person.
No, but are you merciful? I'm saying, are you merciful?
I don't know. It depends.
You're not a merciful person.
I mean,
are you loving? Are you loving? Are you married?
I'm loving.
Are you married?
I'm loving to others.
Do you love your husband?
I'm not married.
I'm sorry. Okay. Do you have love in me?
Yeah, I do have love in me.
Okay, where is
other people?
Okay. Where's Tiger the Love?
Where's Tiger the Love?
Yeah, Tiger the Love.
I mean, I'm right here. But again, love is an action, though. Love is an action. Love is something that you do to others.
No, really?
Yeah.
No, show me.
Love is something you do to
Show
others.
me that love exists.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Are you guys others?
I can't see it.
Are you guys others?
No,
Yes. So that's the thing. It's intangible. You can't see it. What you do is an action.
Thank you. You said when I said
you're dependent, you have to be dependent on other people.
When I said where is love the tiger, you said I'm here. That's my point.
I said me, I'm here, but my love, the way you see my love is with other people. So you have to be dependent on others.
So the question I asked is the following. You said his attributes. It depends on his attributes. I said, can you have a dependent, independent being?
Yes, because Allah is dependent on His attributes.
Do you remember at the beginning you said that there are things that are impossible existence, like a triangle square, like a dependent independent, like a black and white?
I never said a dependent independent.
On camera, they can rewind it. You said,
guys, did you guys hear me say there's no such thing as a dependent independent?
That's what he said.
That's what you said.
And you agreed.
No, I didn't.
Okay, no
you asked me, is there a dependent independent? And I said, yes, Allah.
No.
That was the first thing that came out of my mouth.
No. I'm going to the beginning.
No, in the beginning, you said that there are things that are impossible.
Okay.
I was listening to you.
Sister,
but independent wasn't one of them.
Can you have a knowledgeable, ignorant person?
No.
Why not?
Because if they have knowledge, then they're not ignorant.
Actually,
Actually, you can. Actually, you can. No. Let's be real. You can be knowledgeable and you can be ignorant on other things.
Not other things.
No,
all
you
knowing
can.
and fully ignorant.
Okay, see now you're saying all things.
Yes.
Okay, if you're all knowledgeable, then you can't be ignorant.
Oh, is it? Okay. So that's
So what, you want to go into the argument of Jesus
no,
another hour?
No. My point is this. Remember in the beginning I said there are impossible existence.
Okay, but what does this have to do with...
Let me tell you
what.
what.
Does this have to do
because
with Trinity?
when I told you about the triangle square, they're two opposites. Triangle has 3 sides, square has 4 sides.
Okay.
Black is black, white is white.
Yes.
Good.
I've got a question
You cannot say, if I said, what color is the bus? It's a black-white color.
I've got a question for you.
Before you come to the question, you've just demonstrated to me the following. This is the reason why you cannot have a dependent, independent being. They are two opposites.
a dependent, independent being. That's
Sister, please,
I know.
please, I've been banging this back over a lot of times. Sister,
I just want to ask one question, please.
dependent and independent are two opposites.
I want to ask one question. I want to ask one question. So you said the thing about knowledge. Is it a necessary, essential for a human being to lack knowledge?
No. Say that again?
Is it an essential property of a human being to lack knowledge?
Yeah.
So a human being who has all knowledge is no longer a human being?
No, it can't be all knowledgeable. Are you all knowledgeable?
So a human being
Do you know anyone
can't
that's
be
all
knowledgeable?
No, of course not. Do you know anyone that's all knowledgeable?
They can't have all knowledge on things?
No.
Why?
Because they can't.
So somebody that's read things and they've now gained all the knowledge.
They will die.
They would
die before they read it because there's so many books they cannot read.
Okay, so let's say we have.
Not
but either way, if there was a possibility,
that's where they're dependent.
If there's a possibility of an individual that knows all things,
there isn't. You're talking hypothetical.
Okay, yes, the same way
Allah, how long it will take you?
Allah also speaks in hypotheticals. You don't have a problem with that.
Allah is the one who created the universe.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So deal with.
Okay.
Just deal with the argument.
Right. I'm a pink rhino. I live in Pluto.
I know that's fine.
Let's just go with the argument.
I mean that's what you said. If you're a pink rhino,
yeah.
Pink rhino.
I'm a pink rhino in Pluto.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not even talking from now.
I know.
Do you accept that?
But I'm saying, can you answer my question?
You accept me being a pink rhino?
I mean, if you say you're a pink rhino, then you're a pink rhino. Who am I to tell you you're not a pink rhino? Can you answer my question? My question is, if there was a human being that knew everything, would they stop being a human being?
It doesn't exist.
If there was, would they stop being a human being?
Look, that's why they are dependent.
Can you answer again? It's the same way Allah said, it's the same way Allah told Muhammad.
Guess what?
Hold on. It's the same way Allah told Muhammad that if he doubts anything that he says, he should go to the people of the book. But you guys say that that's a hypothetical, so I'm allowed to use hypotheticals as well. So now, it's not you. I was giving it to the guy in the background.
One second. Would you not say, you're talking about, let's not talk about, let's talk about Jesus.
I know, but I want you to.
No. You said a man.
You haven't answered my question.
I am. You said a man who knows everything. Is Jesus?
Yes or no?
Is Jesus all knowing?
He is, but you have to answer my question.
Did he know the hour?
He did know the hour.
Yeah?
Could you answer my question?
Okay.
Could you answer my question first?
How did he know the hour?
Could you answer my question? Answer my question.
How did he know the hour?
Could you answer my question?
I just did.
I'll answer your question if you answer my question. I'll answer your question if you answer.
There is no human being that can know everything.
No, I'm telling you. So that person. So if there was.
There is no if there was.
If there was.
There is no if.
If there was.
You can't say that.
Have you seen everybody that lives on this planet?
No.
You haven't seen everybody.
But I know there are more books on this earth than there are human beings. And there one human. Of course there is. There's 7 billion human beings, and there are more books than there.
Okay, no, but you're speaking hypothetical. You don't know.
No, I'm not. Of course I know that.
Okay, show me.
Are you telling me?
How many books are there around the world? Oh, now you're looking at sources.
Yes, sources.
So you have to Google. Google that information.
No ketchup sauce.
I just want my question.
Jokes don't make any banging like
I just want my question answered. If you could answer it, please.
How many books exist in our world?
I know, but he wouldn't do that.
There is 129,860 trillion. Okay.
That's million.
No, I don't know. 1 second. No.
130 million books.
She's right. No, she's right.
No, it doesn't say trillion.
It's million. No, she's right.
Okay.
There's 129 million books. There are 7 billion people. Yeah.
Okay, so there's more people than books.
There are more people than books.
Okay.
So one person, for them to read 129 million books, they would die.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? It doesn't matter. I've seen people that have read 3 books in one day. Imagine you spend your whole life reading books. You can read it. It's not. Let me show you. Hold on. It's mathematically impossible. Let me see. Let's even say you searching information.
Sister.
Let's do this.
Sister, don't do it.
Let's do this.
Don't do it.
Let's just do this.
Don't do it, sister. Write 3 books times 100 years.
Go back to the question about.
You're gonna see. 3 books a day, yeah?
Hold on.
I'll do the maths for you. Look. I'll do the maths for you. 100 years times by 365 days is 36,500 days. If one person read how many books a day? How many books a day?
3.
No, let's make it 5.
Okay, 36.
It's 182,000. If they read 5 books
Wait,
a day,
how many years
5
did
books
you
a day,
time that by?
100 years.
I didn't live to work.
Okay, my point is the following.
800 and...
Let the sister talk, man.
Yeah, but either way,
Now, you're talking
I
hypothetical. Is Jesus all-knowing? Is Jesus all-knowing?
But you didn't answer my question.
I did.
No, you didn't.
You said if there was a man who had all the knowledge,
Yeah,
we
would
discovered
he-
he can't have all the knowledge.
Okay, no, but you said he can't have all the knowledge. That's not the question I asked you.
Well, sister, I just showed you.
No, but that's not the question
It
I
says
asked you.
129,000 books.
But that's not the question I asked you.
You said he has to be the all-knowing. To be the all-knowing, you need to be just books.
but
And
you
by the way,
don't-
all-knowing, what about DNA? DNA is composed of information. There is more information in a
But you're
single strand
not
of DNA.
answering
There are
my
books.
question. It's just a yes or
Now,
no.
is Jesus
It's just
all-knowing?
a yes or no.
Is Jesus all-knowing?
It's
No,
just a
no,
yes or
no. There's
So
no.
you- so-
There is no
so
human
if there
being.
was- No, I didn't ask
And
you
even
if
the
there
God
is.
Jesus did not know.
I didn't ask you if there is. I asked you if there was a human being that was all-knowing, would he stop being a human being? That's all I asked you. Would he stop being a human being?
You're talking hypothetical.
If there was a human
No,
being,
no, I don't
would
agree.
he stop
No.
being a human being?
No,
Would he
no.
stop being a human being?
If he's the all-knowing, he has an attribute of God.
Would he stop being a human being?
If he's the all-knowing, he has an attribute of God.
Stop being a human being.
It doesn't exist. It's like saying how many days of the week. Okay, how many days of the week?
We'll deal with this.
How many days of the week?
We'll deal with this. Hold on.
Is Jesus the all-knowing? She said yes.
Yeah.
Did he know the hour?
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Nobody knows the hour by who? Nobody knows the hour by who?
He spoke the word.
Nobody knows the hour by who?
The word was talking about declaring.
Nobody knows the hour by
They was
who?
talking about
Not the
declaring.
angels on heaven.
They was talking about declaring.
Not the angels of heaven.
They was talking about declaring.
Not the Son.
But it's talking about
But
declaring.
who?
It's talking
The
about the one
Father.
that declares.
But the Father.
It's the one that declares. Let me show you something.
And that's why, what did I say? Independent, dependent being, opposite.
hold on.
Knowing or knowing? Not knowing.
What's the scripture? What's the scripture?
Do you see what I mean, guys? When you go to Trinity, logic goes out the window. I told you guys. It's okay, I'll pray later. I'll pray later.
He
loves the money.
Now we know.
He's a salesman.
No, it's John.
That's yours, yeah.
Okay, see you, love.
So you see what I mean, guys? Like the
No,
Trinity,
you don't see nothing. because
logic
I haven't
goes out the
answered
window.
question. Your logic goes out the window. You know why logic goes out the window for you? You know why logic goes out the window for you?
Yeah.
Because logic defeated your argument and it said, actually, no, you went out the window.
Well, how did
He defeated your argument. You walked away with it.
how?
He defeated your argument because he showed you
How?
that you can't. He showed
How?
you. I'm literally
How?
answering.
Answer-
I'm answering the question.
Okay, tell me how he done that.
He defeated you because he showed you that within the Trinitarian paradigm, right, these two natures are under one person. So when you're talking about the one person will represent the whole square that you brought. And then within that one square that you brought, there are multiple shapes that can be in that one person. He never told you that these two mix. Neither does he tell you that they come together. He tells you that the one person has two natures. They are united by the one person. That's the only thing. So they're not mixing. They are under the one person, which you didn't deal with that argument.
Can black and white unite?
Can black and white unite? Yes.
Color black and white can unite, yeah?
Yeah.
What color do you call that?
I mean, they'll turn grey.
Ah, okay.
Again,
Oh,
what
okay.
you got? Okay, look. Can you and your wife, do you and your wife unite together?
Not the way you think we do, no.
No, but I asked you, do you unite?
Not the way we do.
You and your wife don't unite?
Not the way we do. Not the way we
You don't
do.
unite?
Not the way we do.
Do you unite?
Like we're two separate beings.
No, wait. What way is going through my head?
We're two human beings.
What way is going through my
Because
head
if
right
you
now?
have two distinct characteristics and coming together.
Do you and your wife unite? Is the question I asked.
In marriage, yes.
So you unite in marriage. Do you mix? Do you mix?
What do you mean by that?
Do you mix?
No.
Do you and your wife? Okay, so you and your wife can unite without mixing. That's the point. Finish off. Thank you for coming. So you guys
Black and white.
two things can unite together without mixing. That's what we say. The one person, under the one person, the what's it called?
Two distinct natures.
There's two distinct natures. So there's the human nature and there's the divine nature that unite. They don't mix. The same way him and his wife unite, but they don't mix.
Ali doesn't like
Finish.
prayer, man. He doesn't like to make Allah.
Wait,
Ali
can I-
doesn't like
can I
to
have
make
my
Allah.
present?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. As you can see, guys, no point made and walked off.
Yeah.